Okay, Jake, thanks a lot, man, for taking the time to join me on this conversation today. So, for the person
Yeah.
watching this video, if you could share your name, a little bit about your family, your operation, and what you have going on.
I'm Jake Ward. Uh, I'm a farmer rancher in Pawnee, Oklahoma. I've got a custom spraying business as well. I have a wife and two kids, son and a daughter, 3 and 4 years old. So they keep me busy. So that's pretty much
Yeah,
it.
about it. Okay, great. So, everybody when they first come into Legacy Farmer, they're coming in for specific things because they're dealing with, just specific problems and stuff like that. So, what were some of the challenges and stuff that you were going through as a business owner, and just with your operation as a whole, as far as finances, banking, and all that type of stuff? What were some of those challenges that you were dealing with that made you want to join Legacy Farmer a few years ago?
Yeah, I think back to when I was getting ready to come into Legacy Farmer. I was just stuck in a rut. I was burnt out, didn't feel like we were going anywhere, just stuck in a rut. And I started listening to the podcast, and it was just like you were speaking directly to me. And it just, I knew I needed to make a change, and that's why I took the leap.
Yeah. Did you really know what change you needed to make?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No, it was just I knew something had to change because I couldn't continue living in the rut and
Yeah.
feeling like I wasn't moving forward.
Yeah. Did you feel like you're also kind of dragging your family through it as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the stuff guys don't want to.
Wasn't communicating well with my wife at that time, and it was a struggle.
Yeah. And I think it's tough too, because for men, specifically, which I'll speak on because you and I are both obviously dudes, but it's just tough there when you're thinking about that and going through struggles in business. It's hard for us to admit that, yeah, we do have an issue here. We do have a problem, and I'm also taking my family through it with me. And yeah, if that's not motivation enough to make a change, then I don't know what would spark somebody to.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. When I came in, my kids were really young, and I got married, and we had our two kids right away, and it was just a lot going on at that time, and I knew that the family was the priority, and the way I had built my operation, I knew that I couldn't continue without making some shifts and give my family the attention that it deserved.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay. Well, obviously, I mean, just since you came in, a lot of things have changed in Legacy Farmer. We've continued to evolve and adapt and grow and things there. Coming in, what were the biggest things that you noticed changed for you after you stepped in and got, a year or two into it?
It was a weight off of my shoulder almost immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. When it comes to like finances and things like that, a lot of people in the industry, they want to use the reason for them not moving forward. The excuse is always finances, right? But once
Mhm.
you got in, hopefully you got clarity in the numbers right away and knew exactly where you were at.
Yeah,
To where now once we see the numbers laid out like this, now we know what we can do financially and what we can make happen. And then we just
yeah,
have to deal with all the problems that come after that, which have nothing to do with finances.
right,
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
So, what were the big things here too when it came to looking at the numbers, working with the bank and stuff like that, as far as, just confidence and certainty in you and knowing that your numbers are laid out and being able to see very clearly? What were some of the things that you noticed change for you there prior to coming to Legacy Farmer versus, after and coming in and getting everything laid out in Farmer Metrics?
Well, after I got things organized, it became pretty clear that I was really in a better position than what it felt like I was. I
Yep.
mean, before that, it was always kind of the bank was in the driver's seat. Don't feel like you got any leverage. You feel like you're just spinning your wheels
Yep.
and never going to get ahead. But when you get things organized, you just realize that man, things aren't as bad as what they seem.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of men, and you tell me if if you agree with this, but a lot of people that they can spark these stories in their mind that turn out to be a lot worse than what the truth is in reality.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what when I came in, we were right in the middle of all the chemical and fertilizer shortages, and the prices were just going crazy. And it was just money going out the door left and right, double what we'd been spending the last several years. But
Yeah.
then when you organized it, I mean, with the way where the grain prices and stuff were, it was still record profitability, but writing those big checks still was scary.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, easy for those things to just spin you into financial scarcity and just worried
Right.
sick. And yeah. So obviously not a good situation there. Do you feel like having the numbers and everything laid out the way they were, do you feel like it's changed you as a business owner and how you make decisions?
Absolutely. I feel like there's been some major mindset shifts just coming into this network. I look at things differently as far as even where my priorities are. It's not just about business. We talk about the core four where you got
Yeah.
body, being, balance, and business. Before I came into the network, I was falling way short in all of those areas. I mean, I wasn't eating right. I had never worked out. I wasn't attending church regularly. And those things weigh on you and they just hold you back.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't recognize how much, again, we talk about at the live event there, how much of an anchor they are holding the business back
Right.
until you, yeah, really
Until
start
you
looking at them.
step back and really look at it. And then you start working on those things and it changes your view on the world.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Okay, great. So out of everything that we do in Legacy Farmer, and you've seen a lot of stuff there, but from farmer metrics and the software to our group calls to the live events to just the network in general, the training side of what we do, what would you say is your favorite thing in Legacy Farmer, the piece that's had the biggest impact on you?
I would say the network, just meeting people from all across the country that all have the same goal in their life to do things in a better way and be open minded about things, and also just to on the calls and at the live events and stuff to see the situations that everybody else is going through, and it's like, man, problems I've got are nothing
Yeah,
compared to this.
yeah,
It just and then if you can give a little bit of advice to them in those situations, it feels good to
yeah,
be able to
yeah.
help people like that.
And I go back to like one of my favorite quotes around a majority of success is in learning what not to do versus learning what to do. And so just
Right.
like what you've kind of talked about, having to start the operation by yourself and everything like that, it's just a huge amount of value in learning from the mistakes that other people have made because you're inevitably going to face one of those things at some point in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, great. Well, let's imagine, man, that somebody is calling you and asking you, "Hey, Jake, I've been looking at this legacy farmer thing. I have no idea if it's real or if this guy's a fake or if this company's fake or anything like that. I'm thinking about jumping in and joining, but they're sitting on the fence about it. What would you say to them?"
It's real. Just take the leap. You won't regret it.
Yeah. Okay.
Work on yourself.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
worth it.
Yeah. That last piece is a big part. I wonder how many people actually don't look at themselves as worthy of making the investment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. All right, man. Thanks again for taking the time to have this conversation with me today.
Absolutely.